look at that. Able to wake up on this, a beautiful sunny day, make my bed, look over the couple of wonderful carnivorous plants that we have as a memento from a somewhat monstrous occasion. And then I can celebrate the fact it's over! It's over! Oh, little Clover all over. There you are. Let me go ahead and give you some pets, and we're gonna refill your, oh, thank goodness. I can still get to the water dish. Good job, mouse. It's over. It's over, you guys. As the sun begins to fill the tavern, as we have our flowers, as we've got Mouse, the magic broom, and of course Clover all over. We even have flowers. I totally forgot I put flowers out over here. Oh, that's so exciting. We can step outside and notice something about the townsfolk as they wander by. They no longer look possessed by demons because, yeah, we kind of slept through. We literally slept through the arrival of the Demon Lord. Yep. And instead, we get to wake up on this beautiful summer morning, a little windy, with the breeze flowing through our hair, no longer smelling like whatever horrifyingness zombies smell like. No doubt the skeletons probably didn't smell too bad, but I'm not taking any promises on the werewolves. Ooh, yes, our turnips are even ready to harvest. Why is that so exciting? Because it's not summoning an undead demon king with a whole bunch of sacrifices from making poison drinks for our customers. I really understand now where the rumor that I'm in a cult and running a cult in this tavern has come from. Now that we have actually gone ahead and we have actually spent some time kind of, learning a little bit more about the community. Also, why is all this, did I not water all these things? Stay alive, little plants, stay alive. Maybe I do need to learn how to do some irrigation, but it kind of feels like I need to go all the way back to my roots of Pacha in order to learn how to do the irrigation properly. Oh, I miss those adventures too. Those are fun. That's like a much more prehistoric era than the one that we happen to be in now. So it must be my great ancestors for all I know. Let's go ahead and I wanted a cute little scenic picture holding my I forgot I was gonna get sunflower seeds. Holding my watering can next to the plants, but alas. All right, there we go. This weird little bulb happens to be a coconut tree, just in case, or a cocoa tree for like the coconut, or like the chocolate bulbs. Those things, cocoa plants. So that's right over here. And it kind of looks quite odd. Also, it definitely looks more autumnal. If it looks this autumnal in summer, I have no idea what actual like autumn is going to be like. Other than hopefully full of plants, because I need many plants. If I'm going to make any kind of profit, thanks to how expensive it is from those twins. But wow, I mean, now that we no longer have to worry about summoning the Demon King, I feel like we have a little bit of time to breathe, to maybe even celebrate the fact that apparently I have a whole bunch of skill points I completely forgot about unlocking, and to check in on whatever current quest we currently have, like fishing up a different type of fish for, is it Hirobi? Oh man, I need to remember her name over at the beach. Maybe to be honest, a blustery, overcast, windy day doesn't exactly make me want to go to the beach. But ironically, it makes me want to go to the mountains, and it sounds like a blustery, overcast summer day is not the day you should go to the mountains. Having lived in the Appalachian Mountains, I can assure you that's the recipe for a huge summer storm that you're going to get caught out in. Huh. Well, we'll think about it. All right, so let's see. Now we could do receptionist plus 10% earnings when haggling guest rooms. We could also do lodging plus 15% earnings from guest rooms. We can have the faster drink serving, or we could do some crafting to get more efficient with how we craft everything. Or we could work on gathering up better resources. I haven't been getting any meat because I haven't been hunting. Apparently we can hunt those poor turkeys. I'm good, thank you. Ooh, 20% chance of collecting extra wild herbs and aromatic plants. Why, that sounds very much like me. And then we've also got timber, obtain 2 extra wood when felling a tree. There's also, of course, maybe we should be thinking about chickens. That would be really fun. Mother plant, 15% chance to obtain a seed while harvesting a plant. That's what we should go for. That's what we should go for. Okay, gather around because I don't want them to hear. But I bet what we should be working on is actually gaining the power of seeds ourselves and teaching those two kids that maybe we've got a little bit of that magic that we can go ahead and celebrate on our own. Also, I do like the idea of just moving faster. That sounds amazing. That sounds absolutely amazing. All right, so with those skills unlocked and knowing that we have probably some new recipe points we could unlock too. You know what? Let's do it. Let's head up to, ooh, and also let's gather up some of the coal while we're at it. Really, getting those windows crafted ended up using up so much more of the fuel than I was expecting. So I wouldn't mind having the ability for the kindling to possibly produce a bit more. Also, let's say hello to these people again. I'm fed up with this. If Clive opens his big mouth again, I'm going to lose my temper. Clive may be right, but what he's asking of us is too much. Oh wait, are you Clive? I don't want to blow up Pharaoh either, but we can't just sit idly by. Wait a second. So I thought that Clive over here, being the one in charge, sometimes requires drastic decisions. Wait. Hold up, Clive. Before you do anything, you just sit over there, enjoy the campfire on this blustery day. I'm just gonna run over here real quick to make sure that I don't misunderstand you. Because, okay, pardon me, I have to collect this stick. It's very important. I now know more about kindling, Clive. Oh, hello, Turkey. I was just talking about how we will not be hunting you. Because, well, to be frank, like, I don't really need to. I have some soybeans planted. I could turn into, like, the vegetable-based meat if I wished. Though really, like, the real money happens to be in turnips lately, which is something I think I always suspected because it's one of the first plants you start with in, like, Harvest Moon. But this is Pharaoh, then. All right, Pharaoh, sir. It seems Clive wants to blow you up. I thought in the past that's because he wanted to help Pharaoh get loose. But if I understand correctly, it's because he wants Pharaoh to get out of the way. That's a very, very different kind of tone that I'm not exactly sure what to think about. But I really could understand if it's like, we can't just sit idly by, we have to save Pharaoh. That I get that if it's been literally a season or more, because he was already frozen when we got here, and like we've been here for like all the way through spring now. But if that's the case, I could see how you'd start to really feel like I need to start making the hard calls here. I need to start making the hard decisions. Maybe since nothing else, like waiting patiently for summer to arrive or buying a giant chili pepper, can you imagine a giant cauldron? Like a Sims 4 giant cauldron for making potions, and mostly I make mac and cheese in those cauldrons, to be honest. But one of those cauldron sizes for like hot sauce, chili peppers. I cannot eat chilies or hot sauce or things like that because, not because I'm a spice wimp, because I am, but because I'm allergic to the whole pepper family, unfortunately. So it's danger sauce for me in the like stop breathing way. Very annoying, but not really because I'm a spice wimp, so then I don't have to eat it ever. But moral of that story is because I would not be sampling my own like spicy wares, I would probably just keep adding spices and keep adding spices and keep adding spices. And then we'd probably have a very spicy cauldron that might just warm him up instead of blowing him up, Clive. So you should just come down and you should buy my cauldron of chili that's going to be so spicy that I don't even eat it. I mean, and really, death by spice might be more merciful than death by like dynamite, but I don't know. One's probably a bit of a faster experience. That kind of went in a direction I wasn't expecting. Also, there's a lot less wild mushrooms out and about. Like my yellowfoot mushrooms are no longer present. I'm noticing with the changing of the seasons. Ooh! No. No. No way. These aren't gonna be limes, are they? No, I'm sure these are going to be apples, and they're not going to be limes growing in the wild when I was so desperate to find limes to take care of that quest for our ghost friend. I absolutely did not just stumble on a wild lime tree. No, because that would be too ironic. In fact, no, I'm sure that's not what that is. Oh, and good morning, little shrine birds. I really like how they show up at the shrine every day. Speaking of the shrine, oh thank goodness, there's still white button mushrooms here in the cave. I'm so relieved. That's totally the most important thing in here to me. Is like yes, the tomb of our dead and staying dead and not undead, please. King, here in the cave. Yes, very important. Are the mushrooms still growing? Now I miss my mushroom cave in Stardew Valley. That's funny. All right, well, as the light trickles down from the ceiling, and I think about the quest that we have from one of the few villagers who have really spent her time going ahead and speaking with me, we shall attach a little grub who I can only assume has already passed on from being in my pockets for who knows how long. And, oh dear. Let's see if we can get one more type of fish. And, yay! Oh my gosh, it's a salmon. Excuse me? I didn't think I would find a salmon inside of the cave using larvae. I mean, they're not really a cave fish for one. They're a freshwater, well, they're like an ocean fish that will spawn by going back up the freshwater sometimes. Look, there's a lot going on. Finding underpants in the cave instead doesn't surprise me. But at this point, we can probably go down to the beach in the evening and say hello to Hikari if she happens to be there, and also turn in some of the trash. I have no idea what that poor man is doing with the underpants, but we can turn some of that in for some treasure. To our wonderful friend, Nelson is his name? It'd be wonderful if there was some sort of journal I had that listed everybody's names. But unless I've really... I mean, we've got Vicky, and we've got Sam. Sam, I really feel like he wants to go by a nickname. But I don't know if he's really earned a nickname yet. But if he does, don't you worry, Sam. All right, let's wiggle up here. And, oh, tomb of the thankfully still dead king. I shall, as I have risen much in reputation, though you want me to rise in at least 35 reputation before you're going to let me know how to make provincial vegetables. Good to know what to possibly prepare for, though. Hadn't thought about that, actually. Hey, it's turnips! Turnip to root for it. Oh my gosh, I love it. You know what? Like, I just really appreciate turnips lately, and the broccoli stir fry might be interesting for the sake of celebrating Hikari's quest. There's also fried fish with fish, breadcrumbs, culinary fats, and potatoes. It doesn't sell for very much, though. There's spinach with shrimp recipe and garlic shrimp. It seems that it's going to be the summer of the... There's also trench-coated shrimp. Am I being told what kind of fish are available over in summer, perhaps? Because I feel like there's a theme suddenly going on here. Oh, there's no shrimp soup. That's actually, I'm pretty sure that's like the spinach with shrimp or whatnot. There's the corn chowder, which I think would also be a interesting thing to have as a lovely summer dish. But the beet gazpacho recipe, that has the onions, tomatoes, and beetroot. And I could make a heartbeat soup, except maybe I won't call it that, even though I was thinking of another life I lived on a distant planet of slimes. in ranching them when I said that, but after having just had a bunch of zombies and werewolves and skeletons and everyone else in my inn, and rumors of being, you know, an occult, probably shouldn't serve a dish called heartbeat soup. I get it. I get it. I can appreciate that. And I kind of want to prepare for the rice balls because I think those would be fun to make, but oof, like that's rice, oily fish, mayonnaise, and seaweed. I mean, I know people put mayonnaise in their sushi and seaweed, but really? Really? And I would like to prepare the cake recipe. You need sponge cake dough, carrot, cream, sugar, and vanilla. You just really need to have a lot, all the time in terms of ingredients to be able to make pretty much anything. And I would really like to make whatever this chocolate drink is. Oh, there's also sake. I don't drink myself in real life, so I like to imagine these are all like non-alcoholic versions of things. Love on the beach recipe. Now what's interesting to see is many of these fancy recipes don't actually sell for as much as the special recipe that we learned. Ah, so even though I refused to summon the Demon King for Gaz, it seems we have actually managed to go ahead and get ahead of the game using his recipes. I'll probably still make the Midnight Mist. Like the ghost breath is what he called it, but I like the Midnight Mist because it's blueberries and limes and honey and wine yeast. I can't believe I remembered that, but I was that desperate to make it happen. I dreamed about it, this cursed limes. If I can find a lime tree sapling at the girls' produce stand, I'm buying it. We're gonna just put it that way. I really want to get the strawberries and cream too because that would just be adorable to serve. For now, let's get the beet gazpacho. And then I feel like we're being told something about the shrimp, but we're gonna go with turnip puree. And then let's do the spinach with shrimp and the garlic shrimp. And because I feel like we're being kind of like hinted at, like, hey, there's gonna be some shrimp around. And then why don't we have anything else? I just really think the yogurts are kind of cool, so we'll get the yogurts as well. And then dark lager and a stout. The stout just seems kind of interesting. Toasted malt with rye or corn, but I haven't really grown a lot of hops, so, and we don't really have a lot in the basement just yet when it comes to aging things, so I think we're good. Ah. We are a raider of the lost culinary arts, apparently, which is adorable. Having now gathered to ourselves quite a few of the dead and staying dead king's recipes. And now we shall begin to see if Hakari's down at the beach, actually. We'll stop over at the house on the way there. Bye, shrine birds. And we're gonna pick up the trash, like the other people's under things, which, you know, having somewhere I can get rid of that just feels really like something I can get behind and appreciate. So again, like Nelson, dude, is that his name? I'm gonna be really proud if that's his name. All right, and let's actually clear some of these trees out of the way. Not something that I usually do, but I just remembered. I can't believe I forgot again until this exact moment. We can have guest rooms. Oh my gosh, we have to start collecting that trash so that we can have a sea-themed room for Nelson. And I guess if we get a couple more employees at some point in the future, then I could really be leaving for quite a while so that we could go gather resources that we could use to go ahead and expand and build our tavern. I really want to look at this, but we already have enough of a goal for the day. I think getting the small windows going as often as possible is probably a good idea right now, because we very much want to go ahead. Let's see. I'll leave behind this extra wood. No, let's go ahead and start getting some of this. Wow, I have a lot of the wood actually. And then we can even make some firewood. Excellent, excellent. I didn't realize we had that much. All right, let's see. What else do I'm gonna leave the window here. There's our reception desk. You know what? That can stay out here for just a minute. What the freaking distillery? I don't care. Distillery, you go over there. Brewing barrel, we might take inside soon though. Okay, fine. Distillery, you come back inside or else I'm gonna lose you and it was expensive. All right, we'll put those away and we'll leave the rock out here. Excellent, excellent. Now to find where I have put the laundry I have dug out of the ground. Also, Clover all over. Hi. Hey. How you doing, Mouse? Our magic broom. And then, ooh, actually something has aged over here. The rose wine. Oh, how exciting. I just think that that reminds me so much of the nectar from our Sims 4 adventures. And I just think it's really fun to go ahead and craft that. And then there's the turnip puree. All right, so what do we need we need beetroot for the beet gazpacho, but boy, does it look cool. And I think we'll have some meat broth going whilst we're out so that we can make some more turnip cream soup. But actually the turnip puree would sell for more. I do need to get my hands on a lot more pumpkins and cauliflower. And actually I kind of just need some broth, and I like the idea of having some broth just out. Like, kind of like when you set up something at the crock pot. Whoops, I almost forgot to look for all of them. Okay, we'll move this stuff out of the way. Do I have any trash in here? Gosh, I hope not. Ooh, and I forgot. I should probably have a chest for when we come back from going up in the mountains to be able just to put away a bunch of the crops and things that you would expect to find there. And I forgot I had a salmon in my pockets. There we go. Too bad I can't like gift those to people, but I think actually there may be a up of the dates in the future that would let that happen. All right, let's age that rose wine. I probably would love actually to get my hands on, oh wow, I just have grubs in here. Oh, I can't wait to expand my room and make it into a greenhouse. And to make Clover, I don't know why I didn't think about this, but of course, we should have a whole bunch of the rooms in our bee greenhouses. Also, it occurs to me Hikari might not be there this late. And also that, you know, we might not even be able to visit with Nelson this late, but hey, I just dug up another pair of somebody else's underpants. There we go. Oh, hey, Holly. You wouldn't happen to be, like, open for selling things right now, would you? I couldn't have done this without Buzz. Having the support of the person you love is critical in a relationship. That's so sweet. Do you want to tell me maybe about you? And yes, childhood on the farm, but then sad things with your parents? Don't mind me. I'm just gonna dig up this hole. I promise I will. I was just making sure your cows weren't gonna trip over anything. Very rude of me to dig up holes in, like, the yard that she's got her cows in, though. Don't do that. You gotta make sure that everybody's safe. I'll have to talk to the old alchemist, Stealth of the Kingdom. You work on being a good little adventurer right there, Violet. Hi, sheep. You know, I've been thinking. I don't want to kind of push the boundary between employer and oh my gosh, when the golem and his chicken are sleeping, when Bob and his chicken are sleeping, they curl up like a big boulder. That's adorable. All right, Nelson, give me the facts. Oh, you're awake. You're awake. Wilson. Oh, I was so close. Come on, guys. I've had a few leaks lately when it rains. Not that I'm too worried about it, but maybe I should look for it before the moisture rots the wood. Well, I mean, that's up to you, my friend. That is indeed up to you. I would like to say, however, that you do have my Ukapanipo lionfish, and I would very much like to have him at some point very soon. However, saving up for the mermaid fountain and being able to have room to put it in now in the little small Hylia. There's so many things. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Nature can provide almost everything a man needs. Still, I trade with locals from time to time to get some money. A luxury now and then never hurts. Very true. Don't you feel lonely living here? No, okay. No offense, Nelson, I didn't mean to rush you. Just I was going to make sure I tried to run to your ship and trade in all these under things. Oh, I should probably search the beach first. Look, there's another set! People really, they've got some issues here. And then, is this, okay, that's seaweed. I like cleaning up the beach, though. It makes you feel good. There we go. And then let's go ahead. And, all right, Wilson. I keep calling him Nelson, but that's fine. Well, not really. It's a little rude, but I'm going to work on it. So if we're at 24 seals now. Wilson, would you mind letting me look over everything? Okay, so we're still kind of far from the, well, not terribly at the rate I'm finding under things, but we still aren't quite to the point of being able to get an aquarium to put our lovely lionfish Ukapanipo. But it occurs to me we're going to need a small table and other such things in the first place to be able to go ahead and decorate, and probably to make our entire like tavern larger, to be able to fit in a beautiful fountain, to add in some hanging seaweed, to have some peaceful backwater paintings. I love it. I really love it. All right, and then let's check. Oh my gosh, Shikari is actually here. She is determined. You don't have to tell me. I can see it clearly on your face. Good job. I knew you could pull it off. Here, you've earned it. A handmade fishing rod. I think it's about time you wielded your own rod. My father and I have been working on it for several days. May it serve you well in battles to come. I'm sure you'll feel a notable improvement, but don't forget that the rod is just a tool. It's the courage of who wields it that really matters. That's incredible. Not long back, you would have struggled to pull a sardine out of the water. Seriously, good job. Not many have what it takes to make it this far. Maybe it was our destiny to pass Crawl after all. Hakari, deep words of wisdom. Thank you very much for the handmade rod. There's the battered fishing rod. There we are. I wonder if that will allow me to go ahead and maybe like get better fished up. But there's only one way to find out. So I'm going to take the dozens of larvae apparently in my pockets. I think I'm going to spend a little bit of the evening fishing with Hakari here, hopefully earning a little bit more of her high regard, and possibly finding many of the poor little shrimp that may enter into the new era of our Clover all over lucky ends future. Also, that's anchovies again. Darn it! Oh, well, maybe the worms will be a little bit more luck, but I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!